the pipes, brings in a very experienced 21-year-old to play keeper in Christian Herrera, 6'7", 213, 21 years old, as I said, but he has played a lot in the USL Pyramid. He has played with Swope Park, Portland. If you're in the stands and here in Mount Verde, or even if you're across the lake, here comes Orlando City for the first time. They'll build from the back. Herrera will take his time over for Hagen, and Hagen will go back to his keeper. Herrera, high in the air, showing some leg. 50-50, won by Toronto. Will go back to Bunk Anderson, and Bunk Anderson will send it over the top, and it will be waited on by Herrera. So trading ends early in this match, and Toronto FC showing two people in the corner. That's knocked out and out of play, but right back in and right into the gut of Herrera. A good shot from distance, but Herrera was right there, Johnny on the spot. And Hagen will move it forward, feel the pressure from Endo, and go back to Herrera. Herrera will survey his options and right-foot it high and long, over the head, over the top for Schaffelberg, and Schaffelberg will give chase, and Herrera will shut down that attack from Toronto, going all the way down the pitch. Endo sending it forward. An opportunity for Schaffelberg, and it's punched away by Herrera. Ontario native, and you see that crossover, and he was trying to get around Austin Hammer. Room. A lot of purple jerseys are retreating. Here's Schaffelberg, and he's trying to chip the keeper, and Herrera is Johnny on the spot. And he'll send everybody down the pitch here at the end of the 12th minute. Scoreless in Mount Verde between OCB and Toronto FC 2. So Hagen and Simeon will get Herrera League One action. Both teams very, very strong in terms of playing their academy players here in League One. Both teams looking to develop their talent and get these. Orlando City taking their time. And Herrera over.
Come across it, Dolfo!
And it will go backwards. Hagen back to his keeper. Orlando City B played a week ago, last Saturday. 3-1 loss to the visitors from Tucson. Herrera outside of the 18. He'll go out. Now Hill with the throw. Hammer sent it backward, and now Hagen has to go back to Herrera. Herrera high in the air. And that is gathered in nicely by Hammer. And then the central defender gets it back to Herrera. Hagen. Hagen. Herrera right foot going wide. Petrasso. And here comes Toronto again. Ball on the ground, sliding it forward. And the flag goes up as Jordan Perusa was trying to come forward, the 18-year-old who had a great end of the 2018 season. And you see Christian Herrera giving instructions to his young club. And Herrera, a lot of experience for a 21-year-old keeper. 6'7", 213, very commanding in the pipes. A week ago, it was a 17-year-old playing in the pipes for Orlando City, as Luca Mancuso got the first start of the 2019 season. That ball goes out of play and on the track. You didn't see in that replay is Schaffelberg doing a great job of going right back down the line, going right into a defender, the loose boof. Going back for Simeon. Herrera be their captain. Endo will put it 12 yards away, right on the spot. See what he decides to do with this golden opportunity to put Toronto FC 2 on the board for the first time in 2019. Herrera getting a drink. He'll come over and get instructions. And he tried to rally the troops. Endo will have the right foot. He'll survey his options. And here we go. And that's over the bar. And Orlando City B. Two great opportunities to put Toronto FC on the board. That goes out of cards, and that will make things a little interesting for Coach Fernando as he goes forward. Not wanting to make sure of things. There have been some great mounted attacks by Toronto FC 2. They have challenged Herrera on occasion. They even put Herrera in the crosshairs as he was 12 yards away. And that is headed away by Hill on that 50-50. And we've got an injured player down on that 50-50 for Orlando City B. So while he's being checked out momentarily more by his goalkeeper than anybody else, everybody will move forward. And Herrera will get us started here. Over for Hagen. And a little too heavy for the captain Endo, and all the way back to Herrera. So both of these teams coming in looking for their first points of 2019. It is the second game of the season for OCB, the first for Toronto, as we have to the dressing room. Hagen back for Herrera. Herrera, right foot. Handled and corralled by Muhammad as he tries to get around Bender and then left foots it down the pitch. Over Perusa, and Herrera waiting for it. And here's Hagen. He'll carry it forward, plenty of room, pulls up the brakes. It looks like Orlando City B may be content just running out the clock. Simeon, a little bit of pressure by Perusa. That's exactly what Orlando City is going to do as the whistle is blown with a man advantage for the rest of this game. Endo going right at it, punched out by Herrera. Outstanding effort by the 21-year-old. Corner coming up for Toronto FC 2. But Christian Herrera keeps the visitors off the board, and what an effort to get that big hand on it at the last 6 weeks ago. Call it 3 weeks ago. Herrera. Toronto will go backwards as OCB will put on the pressure, and that will go all the way back to Herrera, who will play it inside the 18. And then back out Nathan Simeon, who will start us up back to his keeper and get it back. As you see right, Schaffelberg just running through people, sending it forward for Perusa. But Herrera is there. Herrera, Osewusu, and Hill going back to Herrera. Herrera high into the air. Nope. Restart right here in the 60th minute of action. We are 1-0 Toronto right now. Corner high in the air. It's worked out well once before for Toronto FC. This one gets outside, and Campbell's going to have to center, and Herrera is there to catch it and send everybody forward, looking to highlight it, and he does. And that is nearly too heavy for Osewusu. Simeon and Herrera. They'll play catch on that back line. And Toronto will keep them honest as Herrera puts it high into the night, past the stripe. And Hill, feeling the pressure, will go back to his keeper. Herrera high into the night. 50-50 coming up. The Colorado Rapids as Tim Howard and company come to town. And Orlando City B looking for their first points of 2019 against a Western Conference opponent. Hope to see you there. That game will be. And that right foot goes a long distance. Hill will usher it to Herrera, and Herrera will kick it down the pitch and put it out of play. And Toronto now from distance, and that's just off the mark. And referee thinks that it went off the fingertips of Herrera. So a corner coming up. Herrera saying, I didn't touch it. But Hadzik says he did. On a nice trajectory and had a lot of speed on it as Herrera is able to punch it out. Schaffelberg, Hill center. Headed into and towards the goal, but Herrera gets his body in front. Saves the goal. And Hill will go back to his keeper. So Herrera, who gets his first start of 2019, will hand it over for Simeon. Simeon, who started last week and starts here again, feeling the pressure from Endo, and now Herrera. And Herrera right foots it well down the pitch and out of play. Time running out. Has some friends. Out for Nelson. Nelson, what footwork. Nelson, what an individual effort, but Herrera is in it. And this is the second time he has just made Orlando City B's defense as a result of that. So Orlando City B going backwards. Herrera sending it forwards.